Hello again. Dr. Z back to give you a big congratulations on receiving your first adjustment in our office. Today, we're going to go over what to do after your first adjustment as well as give you tips for your ongoing care in our office. So, what's in today's orientation? We'll go over first adjustment aftercare, setting you up for success, show you ways to stay consistent, and go over a few common questions. First adjustment aftercare. If you've gotten adjusted before, you might already be familiar with how your body will respond after an adjustment, but if it's been a while, it's always a good refresher to review with us. But if this is your first adjustment, you might be wondering what just happened. Well, an adjustment is a release of pressure on a joint that wasn't moving properly. We've just kickstarted the healing process by adding motion in a specific way to a struggling area of the spine. Sometimes this can create soreness just because we're moving things that have been rigid for a long time. And we're also flushing out inflammation as we do it. Everyone responds differently based on their body's natural ability to heal. So you may feel great, you may feel a little sore, or you might feel nothing at all. This is to be expected, but just know that adjustments have a cumulative positive effect on the body, so it should be more comfortable with each visit. Key point about adjustments. With the Gonstead technique, we have a high level of specificity, and the more precision and accuracy that we have with making those adjustments, the less segments that we'll need to adjust in a single visit. There's often a pop or crack sound that accompanies the adjustment, but it's not necessary in order to make an effective neurological change to the body. My goal for you is to deliver effective adjustments that positively influence that neurology rather than for chasing for popping and cracking sounds, just so you know. What to do after each visit. So the best thing that you can do after an adjustment is walk. We recommend you walk up and down the block before getting into your car right after the visit. Walking helps to keep the motion into the areas that have been adjusted and creates a pumping action for those discs. The second thing that we recommend is to ice. Lean on ice more than heat. If you experience any soreness, ice is going to be better in order to reduce inflammation. I like alternating the ice on the area for 8 minutes and then off for about 15 minutes, and then you can repeat that 2 or 3 times. You can also alternate ice and heat for the same amount of time frame. The key point about ice is that when you apply the ice, you should feel first coldness, then then tingling, like pins and needles feeling, and then numbness. The goal is to reach numbness, but if you get numb feeling before the 8 minutes, just take off the ice early. If you reach the full 8 minutes and you don't get to numbness and maybe you're at just starting pins and needles tingling, you can still remove the ice after that time frame and then rest for that 15 minutes thereafter and repeat. The third thing is listen to your body. As adjustments reduce stress and reconnect the brain to the body, you will want to test your progress with increasing physical activity. And that's often a time when you can do more, which is great. That's what we want. However, we just ask that you listen to your body as you do it. Looking into our goals, we want to now talk about how to set you up for success and reach those desired health outcomes. Care unique as you are. We understand that everyone has a different starting place and end goal in mind when it comes to their care. The success in achieving your desired results lies in us working together as a team. So any great team needs to have good communication to be on the same page. So at any time, if you're experiencing any difficulty in any way, just let us know and we can always be happy to accommodate you and help you wherever you need. A typical visit. This is what to expect on each visit moving forward. From here on out, we're going to follow the recommendations that we agreed upon, and we'll solely focus on your care in the office. On each visit, you'll check in and be escorted back to change into a top gown or your own gown. Once you're done changing, just crack the door open so that the doctor knows that you're ready, and then you'll be assessed and adjusted. Then you can change back into your regular clothes after the doctor leaves and closes the door behind. And if you have rehab as part of your plan, then once you're done changing, you'll come out and then head to the rehab area where you'll be placed in your specific rehab and monitored by one of your team members. And this visit, typically a typical visit with us is anywhere from 10 to 25 minutes approximately. The shared responsibility. As you can tell, this is my favorite slide. So just as mentioned before and emphasized ad nauseum by now, I'm sure, I like a team atmosphere. So in our office, I think it's why our patients get as great results as they do. And so this means that we are responsible for some aspects of your care, and then you're responsible for some aspects of your care. For example, in that first one you'll see on the slide there, consistency is very important. It's the key element in creating long-term positive change. We are responsible for things like scheduling you at a time that's convenient for you, reminding you of your frequency of visits, making sure that we provide you with the same high level of care and treatment when you're with us, and tracking your progress. You have a responsibility of coming to those appointments on time that you've committed to, letting us know if you can't make it in advance, and making up for a visit so we don't lose progress, not just skipping a visit, but actually making it up. That way we don't lose the progress that we're making. Home care is just as important as it's what helps support and continues healing in between visits. Since it's outside of our office, it's the responsibility that is largely on your shoulders to perform regularly. However, the recommendations such as ergonomics, exercise, habit changes, and training you on how to use your home care and answering any questions and being available for you 24/7, that is our responsibility. So this is truly a team effort, and we're happy to help you. We're here with you every step of the way. How to stay consistent. Now we talked a lot about how important consistency is, but it's often easier said than done. So let's dive in on how to stay consistent. Stick to the plan. It's always important to note that the plan that we've curated for you is based on the latest literature and research. We know this is the simplest thing to say, but the hardest thing to do. But keeping the goal in mind and making small changes that are repeatable, and know that you will get the best results when you stick to it. Remember that we don't compromise in care. And so we expect you to do the same and not compromise with yourself as well. Here are some helpful tips to make those incremental changes that can add up to a huge difference. The first that we have here is to have an advocate. Our most successful patients are those who share their story, share their journey, share what they're doing and why they're doing it to friends, family members, a roommate, just somebody that is in their regular everyday lives. They act as their support system at home. So that support system is really important because they often will see the positive differences that you're making, and they'll get excited with your accomplishments, and they're going to encourage and cheer you on along the way. And just sharing will help them to keep you accountable as well. And so that I think is always a really important and really motivating first action. Second thing is to stay informed. During the healing process, we're going to have ups and downs. It's inevitable. So it's important to keep in mind the why as to why we're doing what we're doing, and know that you're continuing to do your body good, even if you may not feel it at the moment. You can follow us on social media and read our periodic newsletters to stay informed and motivated as well. The third thing is that you can create a routine. Remember, what you do outside of the office is going to be just as important as what we do inside the office. Small incremental changes make long-term results achievable. So how we do that is to integrate those small changes into a routine. And if we create a routine, it becomes ingrained in habit so that we don't have to think about it on a day-to-day basis and we just automatically do it, like brushing our teeth. And lastly, know that we are here for you. I know I've said this a lot too, but you do have a team. We know it takes a village, and we're happy to help you where you need it. We are a tremendous resource to help troubleshoot any roadblocks that may come your way. So reach out to us for help, whether it be answering a particular question, clarifying a concept, or researching something regarding health that you're curious about. Communication is super important to us. As your team. So just reach out and let us know how we can better serve you. Okay, so here we'll go over some other common questions that we get. In your report, you'll have a folder, and in that folder, there's also a lot of really common questions and common answers. So those ones we're not going to go over in this video, but we'll allow you to just have the time to read and go over those yourselves, but I'm just going to go over a few that I often get asked. The first of which is, once I start care, do I have to continue for the rest of my life forever, right? That I would say is an existential question. And that one I leave up to you to answer, but I will say that I don't want you to have to come see us. I want you to want to come see us. We know that chiropractic care is one of the most effective means of treatment for natural pain relief. It's in all the research, all the latest research. But the biggest strength, in my opinion, for chiropractic lies in preventative care. We believe the neurological and structural changes that chiropractic care can maintain for patients truly helps them live a higher quality of life. The beauty is that the choice to integrate chiropractic to what degree is completely up to you. I regard it very similarly to a gym routine, right? Some people can go one time a week, one time a month, twice in the month. Some people can go every single day because they love it, right? And so whether you want to integrate your care as reactive pain relief, just when you need it, or as proactive help in a routine with being able to increase our performance enhancement or enriching our quality of life, either way, we're going to be able to be here to help you and accommodate you. Another common question that I get is, what else can I do at home? What can I do without all of your guys' help, right? What is my what can I do? Give me all the things, right? So you already have a lot in this tips and recommendations, but they're just the tip of the iceberg. The big thing is for me is I don't want to overwhelm you with too many things to do at once, because what I often find is that if we do all the things because we get excited, it's our beginning of something new and we want to do everything, we tend to get overwhelmed, fall off the bandwagon, and then just cut everything out, right? And we might even backslip worse. So I do still find that those small changes make that big difference. So I think that the most important thing is to build that routine and create a habit out of something small first, even if it's just 5 minutes, but 5 minutes every day. But once you do create that routine, we can always add more. From home rehab to nutrition to recommendations in posture and balance exercises, we can help you navigate what you specifically need and want, and we can modify based on your needs and your level of activity. Um, One thing that I do think helps is to create a small reward system for yourself. I love rewards. So, especially when you reach a landmark goal for your health, it's always nice to treat yourself. So, with that, is there an exercise class that you have been itching to take, or a gym outfit that had your eye on, or a pair of really nice exercise shoes, or anything like that? Use that as motivation for your goals. So, for example, if you perform your spinal hygiene, as in your little routine every day for 30 days in a row, then you can treat yourself with one of those tidbits, one of those things that you had your eye on as a reward. It tends to make things a little bit more fun along the way and helps keep your motivation. Okay, so I hope you got a couple of good tips out of this, and feel free to revisit this video if you ever need to, because we did go over a lot of information. But I'm really excited to see how you do. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and happy healing.